All right, let's dive right into this explainer. If you're looking at the tech landscape right now and wondering, is it too late for me to break into AI? Well, the data is literally screaming the exact opposite. We are currently sitting in the middle of an explosive hiring wave. Today, we're going to look at a concrete step-by-step sequence to take you from absolute zero to job ready as an AI or machine learning engineer in exactly 9 months. Not some vague list of buzzwords, but a real month-by-month, project-by-project roadmap. Just look at this dramatic shift. Machine learning and data science job postings, they hit over 49,000 in a single year. That is a massive 163% jump from 2024 to 2025. So yeah, this isn't just industry hype, it's a very real hiring boom. But the problem is, most people trying to ride this wave are learning the exact wrong things in the exact wrong order.
So here is our agenda for today. We're going to cover the AI hiring boom, months 1 to 3 on the foundations, months 4 to 5 on deep learning, months 6 and 7 focusing on the AI frontier, months 8 and 9 covering production and hiring, and finally, your strategy for success. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The AI hiring boom.
Because here's the thing, while the opportunities out there are absolutely incredible, the vast majority of eager learners are, well, they're completely failing to get hired. And the crucial point is perfectly captured right here in this quote. Most people fail at this not because AI is too hard, but because they start with the wrong thing. It's a huge trap. People jump straight into complex deep learning frameworks before they even understand basic Python, or even worse, they binge-watch theory for 6 straight months without writing a single line of working code. Throughout this explainer, we're focusing on building a concrete portfolio of working projects, not just collecting a stack of certificates. Trust me, recruiters can spot the difference a mile away.
Section 2, months 1 through 3, the foundations.
During these first couple of months, your goal isn't absolute mastery, okay? It's complete fluency in Python so that syntax never slows down your thinking. Alongside that, you only need 3 specific areas of math. And please, let me reassure you right now, you do not need a math degree for this. You just need linear algebra because underneath it all, every model is basically just matrix operations. You need probability and statistics because every prediction a model makes is essentially an estimate with some level of uncertainty. And you need basic calculus for a very specific reason related to how models actually learn. When you pair this with Python libraries like NumPy and Pandas, this foundational math gives you the intuition to really understand why a model behaves the way it does.
Actually, let's demystify that calculus requirement right now. Calculus really only matters here for exactly one concept, and that's gradient descent. Think of derivatives simply as a compass. It's literally the compass the model uses to nudge its weights in the direction that reduces errors, guiding the model toward accuracy step by step. So, you don't need to sit there solving complex equations by hand, you just need to understand how this compass works to point your model in the right direction. So once you have those foundations locked in, month 3 is all about classical machine learning. And listen, rushing through this is a huge mistake. I know deep learning gets all the flashy headlines, but classical ML, we're talking things like random forests and linear regression, that is what actually powers most real-world deployments today, especially in highly regulated industries, like finance or healthcare. Your goal for this month is to build 2 full hands-on projects, maybe predicting house prices or customer churn, but framed around actual business contexts using Scikit-learn.
Section 3, months 4 and 5, deep learning.
All right, by month 4, you've finally put in the reps, and frankly, you've earned the right to touch neural networks. But we're going to use what I like to call an anti-tutorial approach. Step 1 is to build a simple neural network completely from scratch using purely NumPy. Seriously, don't touch a deep learning framework just yet. Doing the raw math in NumPy is what makes the underlying mechanics really click in your brain. Then for step 2, you rebuild that exact same network using PyTorch. PyTorch is the ultimate industry standard for 2026. It absolutely dominates both research and corporate adoption, so for sure that is the framework you must commit to.
Then, by month 5, you hit a fork in the road. And this is where self-taught learners often mess up by trying to learn, well, everything. You must definitively choose either computer vision or natural language processing. If you try to do both at the same time, you'll honestly just end up mediocre at both. Now, if you love visual data, go with computer vision, but if you want my advice based on current hiring demands, NLP is definitely the stronger play right now. Text, chatbots, and transformers, they feed directly into the highest demand skills on the market today.
Section 4, months 6 and 7, the AI frontier.
This phase is unequivocally the highest leverage section of the entire roadmap. This is where you master large language models, the transformer architecture, and workflow automation. The absolutely crucial point of month 6 is getting your hands dirty with something called RAG, or Retrieval Augmented Generation. Let me tell you, building a project that grounds an LLM in custom data is absolutely essential right now. You aren't just relying on the model's standard training data, you're connecting it to external, proprietary documents. And this is exactly the kind of thing enterprise companies are desperate for you to know how to build.
And that leads right into month 7. AI agents and workflow automation are just exploding right now. Building agents that are capable of calling tools, querying internal databases, and chaining complex steps together, that's rapidly moved from a fun niche skill to a baseline expectation for AI engineers. Organizations are practically racing to connect language models to their business software. So if you can use frameworks like LangChain or Llama Index to orchestrate these workflows, you become incredibly hireable.
Section 5, Months 8 and 9, Production and Hiring.
Okay, this is where your focus completely shifts from building locally to shipping globally. You have to remember this golden rule. A model that only runs in a Jupyter notebook is not a product. Month 8 is entirely dedicated to MLOps. You absolutely must learn how to containerize your work with Docker, serve it via an API like FastAPI, and deploy it to a cloud platform, whether that's AWS SageMaker, Azure, or Google Vertex AI. You also need to understand how to monitor that model for degradation once it's actually live, because interviewers will for sure test you on what happens after a model is deployed.
By month 9, you should ideally have 4 to 5 really solid projects in your GitHub portfolio. But listen to me, they cannot just be a giant wall of code. Every single project must pass this strict 5-point rubric. Number 1, you need to frame the business problem right away in the first paragraph. 2, you must quickly explain your data cleaning. 3, discuss alternative approaches you tried. 4, be brutally honest about the model's limitations. And 5, most importantly, the project has to actually run if someone else clones it. This proves you're an engineer, not just a student running private experiments.
Section 6, your strategy for success.
So how do you actually fit all of this into your life without totally burning out? Well, by being realistic. This timeline is entirely achievable on a 12 to 15-hour week if you just separate learning from doing. Set up 3 2-hour sessions for learning new concepts and coding small examples. Then, dedicate 2 larger blocks, about 3 to 4 hours, purely to your monthly project. That's where you're debugging and really wrestling with real-world friction. Finish the week with a quick 1-hour review session to lock in all that knowledge.
Let's move to our final piece of advice, and seriously, this will save you weeks of wasted effort. First, skip chasing every shiny new model release. Just don't do it. Second, skip collecting certificates without building projects to back them up. Third, skip trying to learn 10 different frameworks. Remember, depth in PyTorch beats shallow familiarity with everything else. And lastly, and most importantly, skip waiting until you feel ready to apply. You should absolutely start applying in month 7 or 8 just to get reps in the interview process itself.
So, I'll leave you with this final provocative question to think about. Are you ready to stop watching and start building? Look, this is a demanding path, I won't lie, but it is highly specific and it is finishable. And specificity is exactly what turns a vague goal into an actual job offer. So let me know in the comments which month you're starting from today, and then go write your first line of code.